Good day, grade 11s. Now we are focusing on getting the general solution for trigonometric equations when we've got different definitions but we have the same angle. So I am using questions from the Via Africa textbook, exercise 18, page 183, and we are going to work through number B, C, and E. So first of all, it will be B. The question statement is determine the general solution of the following equations correct to one decimal digit where necessary. So now sine x plus cos x equals 0. So that's the equation given. And this is really a nice one to work with. It's nice and easy, and you'll see why shortly. First things first, we are taking the cos x across. So it becomes a sine x equals negative cos x. Then, keeping in mind that we have a lovely identity called the quotient identity, which, as you know, states that tan x equals sine x over cos x. We are using that to calculate this further. So we are dividing by cos x on both sides. By doing that, on the left hand side we have a tan x then, by applying the identity. And then on the right hand side it simplifies to a negative 1. Now we have a basic equation to solve. So first things first, cos diagram. We've got a negative tan, so we know that would be in the second quadrant and the fourth, although we're only going to work in the second because its period is 180 degrees. And then we have a reference angle that you can calculate by using your calculator or your special angles, because 1 tan 45 equals 1, so the reference angle is 45 degrees. This then means that x, because that is our angle, we're working with x, is in the second quadrant 180 minus 45 plus k times 180, because tan's period is 180, and determine or define your k, your unknown. X equals 135 plus k 180. That's the answer to this one. Let's move on to the next question, and that is number C. And it looks quite similar, but maybe just one step up in difficulty level, but not too difficult. So square root 3 times sine 3x minus cos 3x equals 0. And remember, to apply this method, the angles have to be the same. You can see both angles, they're not x, but both of them are the same as 3x. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take the negative cos 3x across. So this will become square root of 3 sine 3x equals cos 3x. Then we are going to divide the lowest common denominator, which will be square root of 3 cos 3x. That's what we are going to divide with. So on the left hand side, well, let me just write it out for everyone to see. So on the left hand side, these two will cancel out, and we will only be left with a sine 3x over cos 3x, which is tan 3x, by using our quotient identity. The right hand side, those two cancel out, so you will just be left with 1 over square root of 3. Okay, from here on we need to determine our reference angle. You can use your special angles or your calculator if the question did not state that you're not allowed to use a calculator. In this case it didn't, so you can calculate it as is. So shift tan of 1 divided by square root 3, and that is 30 degrees. So our reference angle is 30 degrees, and our tan function is positive, so we are working in our first quadrant. So therefore 3x equals 30 plus k times 180, where k is defined as follows. Now we divide by 3 on both sides because we're solving for x, we're not solving for 3x. So x is equal to 10 plus k times 60. And that is our final answer. Okay, so let's move over to the next one. Okay, so the next one is number E. 3 over 8 sine x equals cos x. Okay, so it already has the cos x on the right hand side, which makes it much easier. But we also sit with this 3 over 8. So what we are going to divide with is we are going to divide with 3 over 8 cos x on both sides. So that's what we're going to do. So on our left hand side we will be left with sine x over cos x. On the right hand side we will be left with 1 divided by 3 over 8, so this becomes an 8 over 3. So that then means tan x equals 8 over 3. Okay, cast diagram. You can see I'm following the same steps every time. That helps you in the test and exam to really know what you're doing. And it's positive, therefore it's the first and the third quadrant. And now we just need to get our reference angle. So reference angle is equal to 69,4. Remember they said 1 decimal place. And we're working the first quadrant, so therefore x is equal to 69,4 plus k times 180, because we're working with tan. And that's the solution.